What's going on, people? Welcome to Members Only. Hit that like button through the door because you already know there's going to be some fire content. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I dropped a video on Dwop, and then I did mention something that stuck with everyone in the comments. Now, and I did mention that everyone needs a friend like LA. Now, Dwop and LA, they came up together in Harlem. They came up getting money together. They had a good run. Now, LA, he was the guy that motivated Dwop. He gave him that push. You wasn't going to tell LA he wasn't getting no money. He was going to go out and figure it out somehow. Now, we all have friends, and, nowadays on the street, you just have one guy that looked like he got money. Back in the day, the whole crew looked like they had money. Because a lot of people want to be the only one that's shining out here, and that's just not right. Back in the day, you'll put your friend on. If you found $20, you'll give that friend 10. Nowadays, man, the guy keep the whole 20 and just say, hey, man, like what you need, they'll give you a couple dollars out of it, but everything is not genuine anymore. So I think everyone at least deserves that friend, that genuine friend that'll be there for them. And that's what Dwop had when it came to LA. Now you had two young bulls on the street trying to get money, but before that, you had Dwop. He went out and got a legit job over the summer. Now Dwop will run into LA after not seeing LA for a couple of months. And LA will pull out thousands of dollars. He pulled out like $2,000, and that's a lot of money for a 14 and 15-year-old. But LA like, hey man, you don't need that slow money, man. Come out and hustle with me. And Dwop just kept it pushing, but he saw the money, man. Like that stacks of money that LA pulled out. Now, a lot of people will say, okay, if he was his real friend, why would he try to steer him on the wrong path? You gotta look at it like this. If you don't have a skill, if you don't have a trade or anything, man, this warehouse work and all these BS jobs is not really gonna get you much, man. You're gonna be living paycheck to paycheck, man. These boys wanted to live. In LA, that slow money wasn't for him, man. He was just too fly for that slow money. And they were kids, man. Kids don't really care where the money coming from, man. Like that fast money that had a females breaking their necks. That slow money ain't gonna have you driving down the block with BMWs and all that type of stuff, unless you have a trade or some type of skill. But you talking about kids. But LA was doing his thing. He was moving bundles of H while Dwop was, working, getting a legitimate job. And then he was running back and forth from Detroit to Harlem, visiting his father. But every time he came back to Harlem, he would run into LA. And when he would run into LA, LA would give him wads of money. Like LA put $500 in his pocket. Now, at 14, in the 80s, $500 is a lot of money, man. $500 is a lot of money now to a kid. Man, I could use $500 right now. But when the last time your friend put $500 in your pocket? Or have your friend ever put $500 in your pocket? I'm a grown man and I'm not getting $500 from nobody. And I'm not giving no one $500 because I don't got it like that. I'm a working man. I'm a 9-to-5er. But anyway, these were kids. You talking about kids? A kid giving another kid $500. They're not even old enough to drink. They're not even old enough to drive. But Dwop will pull up on LA and he will watch LA pitch, serving customers and all that. It got to a point where law enforcement rushed the block and picked Dwop up. And Dwop didn't even do nothing, but they gave him a charge. And guess who paid for his lawyer? It wasn't his OG. It wasn't his mom. It wasn't his father. Even though his father did write a letter to the judge. But yeah, LA was the one that put money behind him. He paid for his lawyer. I think he paid for his friend's lawyer too. Now, it's just a saying that a 14-year-old is paying for another young bull lawyer. Like, when the last time your friend paid for your lawyer? Like, it's just insane, man. And it goes back to what I said last video. You had kids being forced to be in grown folks' positions. I mean, I don't think no kid should be worrying about or being put in a situation where they had to come up with some lawyer money. But LA, he had it like that. Now, money can't buy friendship, so I don't want you to look at your friend and be like, hey, he's not a real friend because he never bought me anything. But I just want to let you know that it's all about being genuine. Like the things that LA was doing for Dwop didn't have to ask for. So if you're sitting on the phone talking to your friend and you're complaining about some type of money, and if he don't come up with any type of solution or trying to help you out, then I could say that's not your real friend. I'm not saying he's supposed to just give you the money, but there's some type of solution or some type of advice he should give you. And LA always came up with any type of solution. Now, Dwop was his own man. You had LA wanted Dwop to get down with him in the streets for a minute, but Dwop would always spin them. And Dwop entered the streets on his own terms, so he had his own motion going. That's when he entered the streets. So both kids had their own little thing going on, man, and they just had things rocking. And this wasn't anything exclusive or anything. This is not a Dwop story. This is not an LA story. It's just a topic I wanted to go over. I got some information from the book Seeds of the Game that was written by Dwop, so go check that out. And thanks for tuning in tonight. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know, man. Show love in the comments. Turn your notifications on, man. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. And I'm out. Everyone be safe out there.